Whoa.
Damn.
In her hands, she held a naginata.
What's up, boys and girls? This is Lance White, and you are watching WGS-TV.
Welcome back to Sakura Spirit right here on WGS-TV. I am the Russell Gamer, along with the main voice of this video, the Studley Man Ashley, and the comparable Lance Moss. And well, we kind of found out some interesting tales and twisted stories. We saw the appearance of the Sakura, the slime girl, apparently as another spirit here, and now Maichiko-san and Mayuko-san have just realized that they're not from this world.
And Machiko's gone off to have some cocaine. I'll show you. I can take you somewhere and look after you to make sure you don't do anything fiendish and all that. Come on, Machiko-san. This way. When Machiko and Narumi left the room, I sighed and turned my focus back onto the conversation. Now, about the panty theft. Ah, right. They did seem rather adamant about getting their hands on those for some reason. What was the purpose of that? Surely those girls have undergarments of their own?
It was a simple mistake. I needed maiden silk for my spell. How was I supposed to know that it was something other than the silky things girls wear?
It was all a misunderstanding. None of them knew that maiden silk is another term for a wedding sash. Innocent, huh? If they really thought that, they could have just used their own.
Yeah, that's where you're wrong. Oni-sama and I do not have any.
Hello.
Think back to when we caught Maiko and she...
This is one where Matthew McConaughey would go, alright.
You too.
Oh wait, hold on, I apologize.
I think we should move on to a different matter.
Really?
Our next question comes from Joe Biden. Yeah, moving on. So Yuri suggested that we find a way to help you guys out. If we can make you trust us, we figured that maybe you'd make us the sash. But why would you need such an item?
Boo! Silly man! I already told you. I need it for a spell.
Maiko-chan, this guy isn't a magician. He doesn't know what you're talking about. Basically, Maiko-chan has been researching a spell that would allow her to travel to another realm. Why would she desire such a power? Imagine being stuck far away from the village. You don't have any way to return to your loved ones. To make matters worse, you're in a place you don't know, with beings unlike anything you've seen before. This is the big sort of flashing lights. Morrow! Now, let's say you had a power that would let you go to anywhere you want. Where would you go?
Disneyland.
Tahiti? Or Spearmint Rhino? Are you saying that? Yes, even if they weren't aware of it, they must have subconsciously felt that they were different from you. All they ever wanted was to go home.
Kinda? I guess. I just want to cast a spell to see what would happen. Su-chan told me that if I ever felt like that, I should ask her first and go with it. So I did. And since she doesn't warn me about anything, I figured it was just like any other spell.
I think it's normal, Maiko-chan. Whether it's humans or spirits, everyone wants a place that they can call their own. A place where they're accepted for who they are. Isn't that right, Elder Sandler?
Morals.
Too fucking right, man.
But you accept me for who I am, don't you, Takane?
I would certainly feel sad if everyone ended up rejecting me simply because of who I am. Morals. Surely, Not the spirits you could have hurt, but perhaps we've been too quick in labeling them more evil.
You bastards.
For a moment, I saw the elder's eyes wander sideways towards the room Narumi and Machiko had moved in, and his gaze softened. Unfortunately, some of us have suffered quite a lot at the hands of these spirits. It will take time for people to come to terms with those feelings, Takahiro-san. Meanwhile, in a room off to the side of the main room, the guard lieutenant was watching over the older fox spirit as she seemed to be in the grips of a minor panic attack. No, this can't be right. This can't be true. I'm from this world. This world. I belong here. Don't I? Maybe you should sit down or, lay back or something. I can get you a pillow if you'd like, or... No, you could not possibly understand. You cannot know what it's like to have everything you knew your whole life just poured out from under you completely. Like a rug. Actually, I do. What do you mean? It was a while ago now. I was still just a kid, maybe 4 or 5 years old. There was an incident involving those other spirits. I don't know exactly what happened, but there was a big fire. My parents got trapped inside. They never made it out. That was the plot for Backdraft. So yeah, don't tell me I don't know what it's like to have your whole life torn apart. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I could never have known. That almost makes it worse. You should know. You should know exactly what it did to me. How it made me feel. Pardon? I do not know what you are talking about. Narumi, was it? Narutan. What? That's what you used to call me, Chi-chan. You used to call me Narutan. We used to play together almost every day. That's how you should know. I was with you when the incident happened, and you don't even remember.
That had to hurt.
The girl collapsed onto one knee, clutching her head. I remember the village glowing orange. A girl, younger, resembling you. Why could I not remember this before?
This is what
I'm
drugs
high on
does.
crack, man.
Machiko? My head hurts. I remember seeing you cry. You screamed for your parents, and then you were calling out my name as I cried. The villagers, they wanted to catch the soul spirits. I didn't care that we had been playing by the river all day. I just couldn't explain it. I had to run. I can't believe it. Now it's outside. So sorry. The fox spirit reached out for the guard, who pulled back instinctively. As she did, the pain seemed to disappear, and Machiko looked more relieved than anything. No, not yet. I just can't forget about all that. It isn't that easy. But you did stand up to that slime Cree, the one you call Sakura. You risk your life for Mio, and for the village, and that's worth giving you a chance for. I can't promise a miracle, though, because she barely even listens to me. But I'll try to talk her down. She really isn't the cold, heartless captain everyone thinks she is. Thank you. Thank you for giving us a chance, Narutan. I promise, Maiko and I will do our best. Perhaps you could tell me more about the incident. I'd rather not. It isn't a happy story. But if you do me a favor, I might be more willing to tell you more.
What kind of favor?
Sexual?
I want to get stronger. I couldn't do anything earlier today. I couldn't protect anyone. I don't have the brains for magic or anything like that. But that Takahiro guy knows some pretty flashy moves. If you get him to teach me some, I'll tell you about what happened. Diochi-chan? I'm not too sure. That seems like a bit of an unfair deal on my part. Perhaps you could sweeten it for me? Just a little? Oh, as the charmer, huh? Alright, how about this? I'll tell you something about when we were younger. Like when we used to play together in the woods near the village. There's a little stream that we used to fish in. Sometimes you'd sneak into the village with me, and we'd play pranks on the shop owners, knocking on doors and running away. You know, silly kid stuff. You would even show me your magic, your illusion abilities, but you said you didn't like doing it all that much, because it made Maiko cry. That's right. When Maiko saw me transform for the first time, she got so scared, she ran away and nearly hurt herself. How could I possibly have forgotten that? Narutan, thank you for telling me that. I swear I will get Takakun to help you. Thank you. The girl stepped forward once again, this time wrapping her arms around the surprised guard, who did not pull back. As the two women hugged each other tightly, the Fox Spirit began trembling.
At her touch.
Oh, she left the vibrator in. Hey, come now. We should probably get back to the others. They're probably wondering where we've gone. Blimey. Forgive me for our absence, I must admit. I did not expect such revelations. Takakun, have you explained the situation? Yeah, I think they get it now, but it's probably going to take a while for the villagers to accept you. I do believe it will be in everyone's best interest to see the true nature of the Fox Spirits. While I cannot promise that these friendships will be forged today, let it be known that from now on, the Fox Spirits are welcome in our village and will receive the same respect as any guest should. Thank you, Elder Sama. My sister and I are very grateful for your hospitality. However, the laws of this village shall apply to Yukri as well. Takahiro-kun, I believe it to be in your best interest to learn more about the village. Casino Dono, Narumi-chan, I leave him in your care. And try not to put him back in that cell, you two. You got it, Oji-sama. We'll do our best. What about Miko-chan and Chico-san? I would like them to stay here for the time being. We need to discuss what to do should the other spirits choose to return. Elder Sama, I'd like to stay with you for that conversation. It's my duty to protect the village and those within it from any perceived danger. This includes you. I also believe it would serve me well to hear it this firsthand. Oh, that was the Cockney one. Of course, I expected nothing, Casino Dono. Narumi-chan, how about you take Takahiro for a walk? Do not think that this is a date, young man. You're going to need more than that show earlier to earn the right to date my granddaughter.
You bastard.
The man laughed heartily as I blushed, smiling weakly. At least I wouldn't end up cuffed and brought to a jail cell this time. Maybe it would even turn out to be a pleasant experience. It didn't. Even the elements seemed to be working against the village today. Barely a minute into the walk, the skies let loose and we were both soaked through within seconds. Letting out a yelp, Narumi grabbed my hand and pulled me toward the nearest shelter. Ew! 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 Oh, grandfather, suddenly? That's just typical. Today we just went from bad to worse. I thought it would take more than a bit of rain to douse your warrior spirit. Warrior spirit. Yeah, I really had that by the bucketful today, didn't I? You sound different from last time we met. That's ironic. I was practically expecting you to shout, "Ha! If you want to stop the great Narumi, you better up your act, Mother Nature. Send me a tsunami, an earthquake, or a tornado my way, and you might just stand a chance." Yeah, well, that was before I realized what a weak, cowardly person I am. It wouldn't take all that time to stop me. I'm not that great, I'm just a girl. It's a Gwen Stefani lyric, isn't it? Who's trying to impress someone. It just takes a drizzle to stop me.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
I frowned for a moment, trying to think of how to respond. It looked like her inability to stop the slime girl from causing havoc had led Narumi to feel like she'd failed somehow. It was then I recalled a certain scenario and decided to act. I swiftly grabbed a hold of Narumi's shoulder while my other arm wrapped around her own, almost as though I was about to comfort her. I then decided to use a judo technique, pretending to be the hero of some manga, preparing himself for a secret technique. I shouted proudly. "Why, hey, stop! Sorikomigashi!" Having practiced judo since I was a kid, I easily spun the girl over my shoulder and onto her back in the rainy grass. My eyes were sharp as they looked down at her, repeating the words I remembered from a certain manga. "If you let one loss break your spirit, you're no suited to the life of a warrior. The stronger the people around you are, the more you should improve. You..." That doesn't mean anything. You took me by surprise, is all. You looked like you were going to kiss me, and then you tossed me on my back.
Well,
Just salad. I wasn't planning to kiss you, and now I forgot my heroic speech. Get up and grab your weapon, Narumi. If words won't cheer her up, then let's talk like warriors do. Through battle. Wait here. The woman pushed herself upwards and barged past me, storming into a nearby building. Only now did I recognize it as the building I had been held in the day before. I waited until the woman slats of the shelter as the train continued. A few minutes later, I heard a loud thud, and through the doors Narumi burst.
Whoa.
damn.
In her hands, she held a naginata, similar to the one she used previously, but with a different blade.
She bursted alright.
Not out of that top.
A moment before her attack landed, I noticed that it wasn't nearly as sharp as it should have been. Took everything I had to raise my arms in time and grab a hold of the shaft of the weapon before the attack crushed my body. Pushing
Everybody
her
knows you gotta have a
aside.
nice sharp hand on your
Pushing
thing.
her weapon aside, I darted forward. Pushing my hand forcefully against her chest, I attempted to open her up for a second attack. That's it! You're not some weak-willed girl who's gonna lose her fighting spirit that easy. Shut up! You don't even know what's going on. I'm gonna beat the snot out of you, and that'll make me feel better. Didn't you forget one of the most important things in a fight? The woman gritted her teeth and lunged towards me again, a wild anguish strike that would have been ridiculously easy to dodge had she not been so fast. Even though I was faster, the whoosh that shot past me made it clear she wasn't pulling her punches. I don't care. It's not important. I couldn't do it. I get scared. I let everyone down. And that's why you found us a warrior. I can read every emotion behind your attacks. You're angry at yourself for being unable to stop that spirit, right? Disappointed at yourself for lacking the courage to face them. But you're not some lone hero who has to do everything by herself. I quickly pushed her naginata upwards. A quick slide in my body, nearly knocking the weapon out of her hands. I quickly raised a hand to flick her forehead before stepping backwards. Did anyone tell you that you had to fight that spirit on your own? Did you forget that you had friends out there that would give their lives to help you? A hero who fights alone is a hero who dies early. It's why both you and the Tyrant weren't able to defeat the spirit. How? How am I supposed to fight by her side when she's so much better than I can ever hope to be? How can I stand a chance against spirits when I'm just a girl? Went Stefani again, with a sharp stick. Mio lost a sword, but she's never lost her resolve. I lost mine as soon as things became dangerous. I'm worthless. The woman snarled as her forehead was flipped, and she quickly lunged forwards again, lashing out with her spare hand. It's got a third hand, aiming for my temple. I ducked, slid back, narrowly dodging the swing of her naginata. I noticed a change in her stance. It seemed to allow a closer range attacking style. The only limits we have are those we impose upon ourselves. If she's better than you, you just need to keep improving. Even though I have things I want to overcome. That's the thing about martial arts. Why haven't you tried talking to her about it? Because I can't talk to her. I just need to be strong. She does it without relying on anyone, without bending or yielding. I can't do it. I just can't be like her. Is that really how it is? Maybe you just don't know what the source of her strength is. But in your case, it's just a matter of finding your resolve. Well, that's the problem. I don't have any. I'm just a dumb little girl who needs to be saved all the time. Come on, stop talking like that. Don't you have something you want to protect at all cost? Nothing at all. Not your friends, your family, your village. You just turn up with a paycheck and tell them, "Ta very much." You're right. There's nothing. I lost everything. The woman's next attack caught me by surprise. She flung her weapon towards me at full strength, hitting my arm and causing me to flinch. She turned away from me. She slipped on the wet grass. Before I had a chance to react, she scrambled to her feet and suddenly she took off towards the forest. I chased the girl as fast as I could, barely able to keep up with her as she picked her way through the small trees. She finally slowed down, coming to a stop at the edge of a small clearing. You're really fast. Why did you run? Damn it, why did you follow me? I didn't ask you to come. I don't want you here. Leave. I can't do that, Narumi-chan. A hero never abandons someone in need, and a master never lets his pupil down. What are you talking about? It's not important. Won't you at least tell me what has gotten you this worked up? I knew you panicked back when the wild spirit attacked, but I think most people would have. It's not something that you need to feel ashamed of.
Damn.
No answer came from the girl, who kept her gaze lowered. Rolling my eyes, I turned to leave, but stopped when I noticed two small graves. They looked old, but well maintained, sitting in the shade of a tree. Narumi? My parents, they lost their lives during a spirit attack. I was lucky enough not to see it happen firsthand, but I'm all alone now. Lost my best friend, too. When I saw Mio trapped, I got so scared that I was going to lose her, too. I just kind of shut down. My mind went blank. I envy you, Takahiro. You're trapped in another world and you might never see your family and friends again. But here you are, still so positive and so eager to help everyone. How do you do it? Valium. Well, I do worry about whether I'll be able to return to my world or not. But I'd realise that just sitting around sulking all day won't get me anywhere. I'd rather spend my time helping everyone. But I don't think you lost everything that day. I mean, Mio-san is still here, right? So maybe she can be the reason for you to get stronger. And what about the elder and the other villagers? Isn't their trust in you enough of a reason to fight? It's just so hard. I'm so weak. I can't fight, but you can. Will you help me? I need to get better. And your skills are fucking incredible. If I get strong enough, maybe then I can finally protect those that I care about. Mio-san, Chi-chan, village. Well, I'm gonna be stuck here for a while anyway, so I won't mind helping you out. But if you had kept your emotions in check during our fight, I would have been seeing stars by now. But who's Chi-chan? You're not talking about the elder, are you? Oops, I wasn't supposed to say that. Can I trust you, Takahiro-kun? Bloody no. Of course. My lips are sealed. Sadly, so are yours. Chi-chan is, Machiko. Oh, you already gave her a nickname? It's a little complicated. We were friends when we were kids. She was the friend I lost. After the incident, the villagers went on a witch hunt and got rid of all the spirits, banishing them to the forest. I haven't spoken to her since. That is, until today. I doubt Machiko-san has changed much from how you remember her. Well, aside from the fact that she might not have been such a tease. No, she was actually a tease back then, too. Only not so, intense. She used to play fun little pranks like hiding a bucket of water on a door or hiding a frog in someone's boot. It was so much fun. I genuinely hope the next generation of children in this village won't take after the two of you. Bah, you're no fun. It's only a bit of harmless silliness. We made sure no one ever got hurt. We even rescued the frogs. It's just a shame it all ended so quickly. Why don't you try to reconnect with her now that she's allowed back into the village? I'd like to. We had a lot of fun when we were playing, but something just seemed weird when I spoke to her earlier. She didn't seem to remember anything, and it looked like it hurt when she tried to. It's probably nothing, but you never know. Maybe something happened to her after she ran away. In any case, I think we should return to this village. This rain... Oh, wait, it stopped. I didn't even notice. We should still get back, though. That and, I turned my gaze away, my cheeks burning as I pointed at her chest.
That ain't his cheeks.
Your clothes are choked. Ah, you're right. They're almost see-through. That's not something you should be amused about. Look who's talking. My body is fantastic, and it deserves to be shown off.
Well, at least you didn't have body issues.
I doubt your grandfather wants you showing it off to you or to anyone at all, let alone a guy. Anyway, let's get back to the village before you catch a cold. The girl nodded, and with one last look at the two graves, she turned and began to walk back to the village, with me following in her trail.
Looking at her ass.
We walked back to the village, exchanging idle chatter. I managed to establish that, while the girl was training her body well, she lacked discipline. She led me to an unfamiliar building on the outskirts of the village and quickly unlocked the door. Welcome to my humble abode. It doesn't really look like much, but I keep it tidy. You can put one of Oji-sama's old robes on if you want to. You know, while your stuff dries. This used to be his place before he became the village elder. I never really got rid of all of his things. You wouldn't even notice you're wearing his stuff. You can change in there. I'll get into something else. Where's the caption that says that's her speaking? Was missing. Before we had a chance to get started, the sound of heavy footsteps could be heard from outside, and soon enough, a young guardsman appeared at the door. Ikaje-san, there you are. We have been searching for you. Elder Sama wishes to see you right away. Oh, of course. Right away. The guard saluted, snapped around, and took off his clothes. Narumi closed the door behind him and walked back to a clean pile of clothes.
Oh. Damn.
Damn.
Now we're getting close to nudity. Without warning, she began stripping off her clothes in front of me. I didn't even have to pay $50. My first reaction was to quickly cover my eyes with one of my hands. Narumi, however, didn't seem a little bit bothered by my presence. Narumi-chan, what are you doing?
Get naked.
What's the matter, Takahiro? Never seen a girl in her undies before? Oh wait, you saw mine yesterday. Maybe you've just never seen them on a girl. I actually have seen a lot of things in my life. It's happening. But never a girl stripping. What'd your grandfather say if he saw you? I stuttered as I briefly visualized how Narumi would have looked without the underwear, but quickly cleared my thought from my mind. Well, he's not going to find out, is he? It's nothing. We need to hurry, right? So get changed already. It's a matter of decency. Aren't you embarrassed knowing that there's a healthy guy in the same room as you? At this rate, this and that might happen and we're going to be late either way. Not really. I don't mind it if it's you, Takahiro-kun. I'm honored. I wouldn't mind any of my friends seeing me like this. Mio has seen me naked lots of times. Lucky
Very
bird.
lucky bastard.
That's not really the issue here. Anyway. I quickly turned around, trying my best not to peek as she finished changing. Tell me when you're done. The kind of stimulation isn't any good for my mind. In case, if you quit your babbling, we'd be done already. Get your clothes off and the dry ones on. I suddenly felt hands grab my hips from behind. And without any warning, my trousers were yanked down to my ankles.
Hello.
A kick to my ass followed, and I stumbled forward towards a wardrobe. Now! You didn't have to kick me. I sighed in frustration. I had been wrong. Whether it was the Tsundere tyrant, Narumi, Machiko, or Maiko, these girls had no common sense. You know, it's not fair that only you get a show. Hey, keep your eyes to yourself. This isn't a peeping contest. Good thing, too, I have no chance of winning. Well, I admit your side certainly has the more interesting view. I mumbled as I snuck past another peek at Narumi while putting on the old robes that I'd found in the wardrobe. She seemed to have changed most of her clothes by now, replacing them with nearly identical ones that were dry. I wondered why she would have more than one set of the same clothes when it struck me. You have a strange dress code here.
Wait, hold on.
No, they just look a lot like you. Huh? What dress clothes? These are my clothes. Are you saying I dress strangely? No, they just look a lot like your other clothes. Then again, what do I know? There's not a lot of options when it comes to clothes here. In the cities, maybe, but here, you find something you look good in, and you stick to it. Some folks don't even have spare clothes, so I'm pretty lucky.
On that note, guys and gals, I'm gonna call it an episode and just leave everyone with this visual right here. If you know what I'm saying.
Happy holidays, everybody.
So with that being said, for the Studley Man, Ashley, and Lance, I'm the Wrestling Gamer, saying howdy doody.
Hello.